Good morning students. Let's see the continuity of 13th group chemical reactions. Yesterday we discussed about chemical reactions of with A, 13th group elements with A. Okay. Now we go for another chemical reactions. Thirteenth group chemical reactions. Chemical reactions. Okay. So now reaction with water. Reaction with water. Okay. Boron cannot react with water or steam at ordinary temperature. Okay. But boron can react in presence of red heat stream. That means very high temperature. Okay. Aluminium can interact with water. Okay. And thallium also interact with water. Okay. But gallium and indium not affected by water. Okay. So let's see the regarding chemical reactions. Here, what is that? Boron treated with water. That means red heat steam produce B2O3 and 3H2. Hydrogen gas is liberated. Remember this, hydrogen gas is liberated. And aluminium treated with water in red stream, it gives alumina or aluminum trioxide, which is also released hydrogen gas. Okay. And thallium treated with water and oxygen, we call it as moist air. Moist air means air consists of water vapor. Okay. It gives 4 moles of thallium hydroxide, which is called base. Okay. And how many hydrogens here we have? 4 hydrogens. So here we have to keep 2 here. 2 2 is 4 oxygens. Balanced or not? Come to here. How many hydrogens here? 3 2 is 6. And keep here 3 2 is 6 hydrogens. Am I right? and come to how many volumes here? 2, and keep to here how many borons here? 2. Here 3 to just 6 hydrogens, here 6. Okay, clear? Next 3 to just 6, 6. Next 2 aluminum, 2 aluminum, 3 oxygens and 3 oxygens. Is it balanced or not? Balanced. Okay, so let's see here how many borons here we have. 2 borons, and here 2 borons, here 6 hydrogens, here this one is 3, am I right? 3 to the 6 hydrogens, 3 oxygens, here 3 oxygens. Clear, all of you, everyone? Okay, and here 4 moles of thallium interact with moist air. Moist air means air consists vapor, water vapor, okay, clear? What is the oxidation state of thallium here? Thallium, oxidation state of thallium in water, am I right? Oxidation state of thallium in thallium hydroxide is +1. Okay, +1. So it is stable oxidation state. It is stable oxidation state in aqueous medium. Water means aqueous medium. Okay, clear? Calculate. This is thallium and OH. Calculate oxidation state of X here. Okay, for OH it is -1. OH how much? -1. Now X -1 is equals 0. For OH charge is -1, directly taken. X equals to how much? +1. This is the oxidation state of thallium, +1 in this compound. Okay, so these are the reactions with water. Okay, at red heat means highly temperature. At highly temperature, the water converted as steam. Then it is easily react with 13th group elements. Okay, not affected by water unless oxygen. Okay, so this is the reaction with water. Is it clear, all of you? Then we go for reaction with, you should remember here hydrogen gas is liberated in these two cases. Then go for reaction with non-metals. Reaction with non-metals. Except boron, all 13th group elements change this one. Reaction with metals do not react with metals like magnesium. Let's see. That means boron only can react with metals. Except boron, all 13th group elements do not react with metals like magnesium. Okay, so let's see. That means boron only react. Okay, so let's take the boron. It treated with magnesium, so which is called metal. Okay, now boron is clearly non-metal, am I right? non-metal, which gives Mg3b2, magnesium boride. Magnesium boride. Okay, magnesium boride. Okay, so here 3 magnesium we have, write 3 here. How many borons? 2 borons here. Is it balanced or not? Balanced. Magnesium boride formed. So now this reaction shows where boron is non-metal. Clear? This one is a metal. This reaction shows boron is only non-metal in 13th group. Am I right? In 13th group, remaining aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium are metals. Am I right? These are not reactive with magnesium, only boron. Non-metal is only reactive with metals in 13th group elements. Okay, very very important. Now my question is, calculate oxidation state of boron in Mg3b2. What is the oxidation state of boron in Mg3b2? So we know that boron generally exhibit in 13th group +3. Am I right? And aluminum is also +3. Gallium, indium, thallium exhibit +1. Am I right? I think we expected +3. That is the answer. Okay. So let's see the option. Here. So -3, B +3, C +2, D -4. Is it clear, all of you? So now calculate. So magnesium belongs to second A group element. So this magnesium easily loses 2 electrons and it shows +2 oxidation state generally. What is the oxidation state of magnesium? +2. Remember, this charge of magnesium is +2. Why? Because it belongs to second group. Now take the compound Mg3b2. Am I right? Now I would like to calculate oxidation state of boron here. How many boron atoms here we have? 2 borons. Now take it is 2x. 2 boron atoms here we have. So take as 2x. So now how many magnesium here we have? 3. Okay. Now each magnesium carries how much charge? +2. Am I right? So now is there any charge on this molecule, either minus or plus? No. So equal to 0. So now 2x plus 6 equals 0. 2x equals to -6. X equals to -6/2. That is equals to x equals to -3. Okay. When comparing with magnesium, boron is less electropositive. That is the meaning of this one. Okay. Accuracy is positive. When comparing with magnesium, it is less positive. So it shows minus here. So now which one is answer? But generally we expect this one. Am I right? Remember this. So this is the correct answer. Okay. Now this represents only non-metals only react with metals. In 13th group, which one is non-metal? Boron. That means remaining all are non-metals only. Aluminum, gallium. That doesn't react with magnesium or this like metals. Okay. Remember this. Is it clear, all of you? Then go for next reaction. Reaction with non-metals. reaction with non-metals. Non-metals means like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, carbon, nitrogen. These are all non-metals. Okay, clear? Thirteenth group elements reacts with non-metals. They form trihalides. Trihalides. Okay, let's see the example. This is the boron which is reactive with chlorine. It gives boron trichloride, trihalide, boron trichloride, trihalide. Chlorine, bromine, iodine is called as halides. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, these are all called as halides, trihalides. Balance the equation. Here it is 3, keep 2. 2 3 is 6 chlorines, 2 borons, keep 2. So 2 3 is 6 chlorine means here keep 3. And boron interact with fluorine, it gives rise boron trifluoride, okay. So now it is 2, here it is also 3, okay. So now when treated with bromine, it gives 2 moles of BR3, boron tribromide. So these are all Lewis acids. Lewis acid, already we discussed about this. Lewis acids, and these are electron deficient compounds. Electron deficient compounds. Lewis acid means they are ready to accept the electron pair from others, like ammonia. That is, they accept electron pair. That is, these accept electron pair from electron donor. Okay, electrons pair, 2 electrons they can able to accept. Okay, is it clear, ma? Now, suppose this boron can interact with nitrogen, it gives boron nitride. Here we have 2 nitrogens, so 2 borons, keep 2. And suppose aluminium treated with nitrogen gas, it gives at high temperature, remember this, at high temperature, remember one thing, nitrogen is non-metal or not? Non-metal. Nitrogen, carbon. So now 13th group elements react with non-metals, that is the concept here. Okay, so aluminum nitride it gives. Okay, so same here also, and 2. So these are called as nitrides. Okay, now my question means when 13th group elements reacts with nitrogen gas at high temperature, it produces option A halides, option B chlorides, option C Al2O3, option D nitrides. Which one is correct one? At high temperature they prefer to give nitrides, am I right? Clear all of you? And in that only, suppose boron treated with carbon, Carbon is a non-metal. This is also non-metal, 13th group. So it gives boron carbide. Boron carbide important. Boron carbide, that is the formula B4C. Okay. 4 borons, here we have 1 carbon, enough. But aluminum treated with carbon, it gives Al4C3. This is aluminum carbide. Aluminum carbide. Is it okay? Now how many aluminums here? We have 4. Here we have 3 carbons. Okay, aluminum carbides. So now boron or aluminum interact with carbons. They prefer to give carbides. Carbides. Remember this. Carbides. Is it clear? Write the question. Write the question. When boron interact with carbon, it gives X. Now what is X? Option A B4C, option B BC4, option C Al2O3, option D Al4C3. Which one is correct one? Boron carbide B4C is the correct answer. Therefore X equals here B4C is the correct. Is it clear, all of you, everyone? That aluminum react with carbide, what it gives? X. Option A Al4C3, option C ALC, option C ALC4, option D none. Which one is correct one? Al4C3. This is the correct one. Am I right? Aluminum with carbon, aluminum carbide it gives. Okay? Is it clear, all of you? So remember this. So these are the reactions with non-metals. 13th group elements interact with 13th group elements are interact with which one? Non-metals. Next, go for 13th group elements reacts with acids. 13th group elements react with acids. Let's see. In that first one is except boron, remaining aluminum and thallium react with non-oxidizing agents like dilute HCl, HBr, H3PO4 and dilute H2SO4. These are all non-oxidizing agents. Oxidizing agents means these compounds or reagents remove the electrons from other compounds. So other compounds undergoes oxidation by the loss of electrons, that is called oxidizing agent. Non-oxidizing agents means this cannot remove the electrons. Simple. Oxidizing agents means this is the definition. So cannot remove the electron from others. That is the definition. Non-oxidizing. If it is oxidizing agent, have to happen. This is A, B. This is oxidizing agent. Suppose now it can remove the electron from the. This is undergoes oxidation. So non-oxidizing means these are unable to remove the electron from these compounds. Okay, that is the difference. Non-oxidizing agents means. Okay, so the remaining aluminum, thallium are react with these compounds. Okay, and these form trivalent salts like aluminum trichloride. What is the valence of oxygen state here? +3 for aluminum. That is called trivalent. Remember this. Okay, and gallium and indium not affected. Okay, so let's see the reactions. Suppose boron interact with dilute HCl or dilute HCl, it gives boron trichloride plus H2, 3H2. H2 gas is liberated here. Remember this point is H2 gas is liberated. So not boron, sorry, this except boron. So take aluminum. Okay, then it is aluminum chloride. Which gas is released here? H2 is liberated in this process. Aluminum trichloride. Trivalent salt. It is a salt. Trivalent means +3 takes bit. Calculate oxygen state of aluminum here. How many aluminums are here? X, 3. Chlorine always having -1. X minus 3 is equals 0. X equals to +3. So where X means oxidation state of aluminum in AlCl3. Okay, clear? +3. So it is trivalent. Okay, clear? Next one, thallium interact with the dilute H2SO4. It produces thallium sulfate and 3H2. Thallium sulfate 3H2. Here also hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, clear? Everyone? So balance the equation. Here 3 2 6 hydrogens and keep here 6 hydrogens, 6 chlorines we have. Keep 2 here, 2 3 6. Okay, and aluminum 2. Keep 2 here. Okay, this is the balanced equation. So next come to here. 3 moles of hydrogen means 6 here. Keep 6 here. 3. This is dilute. Okay, here 6. 2 hydrogens already we have. 3 2 6. Okay, enough. Here thallium how much? Thallium 2. So keep 2 here. Okay, 3 sulfur, 3 4 12 oxygen, 3 4 12 oxygens. Okay, thallium sulfate. What we call it is thallium sulfate. Which gas is liberated in this process? Hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, remember this. Non-oxidizing, first condition. Boron cannot interact. Is it clear, all of you? Then write the question. Aluminium treated with HCl, it gives AlCl3. The gas Y, which one is Y? A is H2 gas, B is Cl2 gas, C is HCl, D Al2O3. Which one is correct one? This is the correct answer. Am I right? H2 gas is liberated. Okay. Acidic, dilute HCl, non-oxidizing agent. Non-oxidizing agent. Is it clear, ma? All of you? Okay, everyone. Then go for 30th group elements react with acids, that is with oxidizing agents. That means concentrated H2SO4 is oxidizing agent. Concentration HNO3 is also oxidizing agent. Okay, these two are. So these remove the electrons from the other compounds, okay. So here let's take the reactions. All 13th group elements undergoes reaction with oxidizing agents. Let's see the reactions. In that first one is boron interact with concentrated H2SO4. Don't forget this. H2SO4, it gives H3BO3. Boric acid or another name orthoboric acid also. Orthoboric acid and 3SO2. We'll balance it. Here 3 sulfurs, 3 4 are 12, hydrogens, 3 2 are 6, keep 2 here, 2 borons here, 3 4 are 12, 2 3 are 6, 3 2 are 6, 12. Okay, 3 sulfur. Okay, 6 hydrogen, 2 boron. Boric sulfur dioxide gas is evolved here in this reaction. So this compound is important. No hydrogen gas. In this case, sulfur dioxide gas is liberated. Okay, and now this boron interact with, this is concentration. Don't forget, strong oxidizing agent. So boron interact with HNO3, nitric acid. Okay, now it gives again H3BO3 and NO2 gas, nitrogen dioxide, H3BO3. So here it is 3 NO2. Suppose there are 3 nitrogens, 3 here, 3 hydrogens, 3 is 9, 3 2 is 6 plus 3, 9. Here we have one boron, here we have one boron. Okay, balanced or not? Let's see. 3 3 is 9 oxygens. Here 3 2 is 6, here 1 into 3, 9 oxygen. 3 hydrogens, here 3 hydrogens. Is it clear up to? 3 hydrogens balanced. Next nitrogens, 3 nitrogens, 3 nitrogens. 1 boron, here 1 boron. So same boric acid or orthoboric acid. Orthoboric acid. Orthoboric acid. Is it clear ma up to? Okay. Now let's go for aluminium. Aluminium interact with H2SO4. This is concentration. H2SO4 sulfuric acid concentrated strong oxidizing agents. It gives aluminium sulfate Al2SO4 taken thrice aluminium sulfate and 6H2O plus 3SO2 gas is liberated. Okay, balance the equation where we have 6 2 12 hydrogens, 6 2 12 hydrogens, and here it is 6. Okay, aluminum here we have to keep 2 here, oxygen 6 4 24, and here 3 4 12, 12 plus 6 18, 18 plus 6 24. There 3 sulfurs 6. Here it is 6 sulfur, 2 aluminum, 2 aluminum. Is it clear ma all of you? Everyone? Oxygens, let's see, 3 2 is 6 ma. Here 6, 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 3 4 12, 12 plus 12 24. Aluminum 2, hydrogen 6, 6 into 2, 12, where 6 into 2, 12. Okay, is it clear all of you? So aluminum sulfate, SO2 gas is liberated. Okay, is it clear? Not here, aluminium and gallium passive with concentrated HNO3, concentrated HNO3. So what is meant by passive? I will explain. Write that. Passive means, suppose this is aluminum rod. Okay, this is aluminum rod. Now this is aluminum or gallium. Okay. Now pour concentration HNO3 on the surface of aluminum. Okay, clear? Then it gives aluminum oxide Al2O3 oxide at surface only. First form a aluminum oxide layer on the surface of, this is called as thin film of Al2O3 layer. Okay, this Al2O3 prevent the further reaction of aluminum with concentration HNO3. This is called passive. This is called passive. Okay, is it clear? Form a thin layer on the surface of, instantly it form a aluminum oxide when HNO3 interact with aluminum. So now further, due to this layer, further it is unable to interact with aluminum or gallium. So that is the meaning of this one. Okay, remember this. Then go for reaction with alkali. Alkali means bases, base like NaOH. Okay. boron, aluminium and gallium can react with bases, but indium and thallium not affected by alkali. Okay, I would like to write the corresponding equation. 2b plus 6 NaOH gives rise to Na3BO3 plus 3H2, hydrogen gas is liberated. This is base sodium hydroxide. Okay, clear? Keep 2 here, 2 3 ja 6. Sodium boric acid or sodium boric acid or sodium orthoboric acid, important one. Balance the equation. 2 3 ja 6 sodiums. Okay, next 6 hydrogens, 6 oxygens, 2 3 ja 6 oxygen, 2 boron. Clear, all of you? 2m, general equation, 2m 2NaOH plus 2H2O gives rise to 2NaMO2 plus 3H2, hydrogen gas is liberated, where M is the cost aluminium or gallium, not this. Okay, and third one is 2m plus 2NaOH plus 6H2O gives rise to 2NaMOH taken 4 plus 3H2. Okay, if you observe one thing here, there is no water here, aqueous medium is there, aqueous, in presence of aqueous. These are ionic in nature, remember this, ionic components. Okay, where oxidation state of this one is +3, remember it, +3. What is the oxidation state of M? Where M is suppose aluminium, oxidation state of M is, so let's take the compound. This is the expression, H2 gas is liberated, important this one. Take this one, suppose NaMOH taken 4. This is, am I right? Sodium always +1. Okay, I would like to calculate oxidation state of this M. For OH is always -1. Okay, remember this. Now how many M are possible here? Only one. So X taken as X. Oxidation state of M is X. Okay, how many hydroxides we have? 4. Each one -1. Sodium 1. It consists +1. Totally 0. X -4 +1 is equals 0. X -3 equals 0. X equals how much? +3. What is the oxidation state of therefore oxidation state of M is +3. Is it clear up to all of you, everyone? Okay, is there any doubt? Write some important questions. reaction of indium and thallium with NaOH. Option A produce H2. Option B produce Na3BO3. Produce NaMOH taken 4. And option D not affected. Which one is correct one? D. Okay, right. Next question. So which one is correct one? Why? Clearly it is H2 gas, am I right? H2 gas is produced. Next, write one more question. 2M plus 2NaOH plus 6H2O gives rise X plus Y. Now X what, Y equals to what? Option A, X equals NaMOH taken 4 and Y is H2 gas. Option B, H2 gas only. H2 gas, that means AlH2O taken 6 plus 3 and H2C Na3BO3 and H3BO3 D all. Which one is correct one? Option A is correct one. Okay, clear ma all of you? Next question 2M plus 2NaOH plus 2H2O gives rise to 2NaMO2 plus Y. What is Y here? Option A, SO2 gas. Option B, H2O vapor. Option C, H2 gas. Option D, Cl2 gas. Which one is correct one? So clearly H2 gas is correct one. Okay. What is A? What is B? Option A, H3BO3 and SO2 gas. Option B, H3BO3 and H2 gas. Option C, Na3BO3 H2 gas. Option D, NaMOH taken 4 and SO2 gas. Which one is correct one? Concentration H2SO4, strong oxidizing agent. So H3BO3, SO2 is gas is liberated. Okay. Next question. Boron with concentration HNO3 is gives rise to A plus B. Now what are A and B? Okay. Option A, H3BO3 NO2. Clear? Option B, H3BO3 SO2. Option C, Na3BO3 and H2O. Option D, H2N2. So which one is correct one? So it is an HNO3. So option A is correct one. Okay, option A is correct one. Is it clear, ma? Up to all of you? Thallium preserved in or stored. Preserved in option A, oil. Option B, Vaseline. Option C, A and B, D, none. Which one is correct one? C is correct one. A and B. Thallium preserved in both. That means we stored in oil or kerosene. Sorry, Vaseline. Remember this. Okay. Next question. That boron with react magnesium which gives A. What is A here? Option A, Mg2B. Option B, Mg3B2. Option C, Mgb. Option D, none of this. Which one is correct one? Option B3, magnesium bromide. Magnesium boride. Clear, everyone? Next question. Calculate oxidation state of magnesium in Mg3B2. Option A +2, option B -2, +3, option D -3. Which one is correct one? Magnesium, option A, magnesium, not for boride. So in this compound solution, in this compound boron shows -3. So how many magnesium atoms here we have? 3. So taken as 3x plus boron 2. Each boron having -3. Total equals 0. 3x minus 6 equals 0. 3x equals to +6. X equals to +6 by 3. X equals to +2. This is the oxidation state of oxidation state of magnesium in Mg3B2. Mg3B2. Is it clear, all of you? Okay, these are the chemical reactions of boron and aluminum ultimately. So later we will discuss about only boron and aluminum and their behavior. Okay, very very important again. So in depth. Okay. Okay students, have a nice day. We will meet again on tomorrow. Have a nice day. We practice and write the notes properly and post it in my WhatsApp group. Okay, if you have any doubt, ask me. Okay. So for inorganic chemistry, you have to practice more times. So read the concept and follow the equation, which compounds are possible. Direct questions. Okay. There are no particular concepts actually. We practice and practice. These are all chemical reactions. Take the test tube and add magnesium, boron and H2SO for which gas is evaluated. Such kind of bits we have. Okay. So practice and practice. So physical chemistry completely related to concept oriented. Then we can apply the formulas and okay, we will discuss later. And organic chemistry means it is also having concept and chemical reactions, which reagent we used, okay, which component is formed, okay. So that is also important one. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.